KIIS FM Los Angeles is KIIS FM. We're going to totally shift gears. Last night on American Idol, it came down to Adam and Danny.
The person competing with Chris Allen in the finale next week is Adam Lambert.
And joining us now, Danny GOkey. Hey, man, how you doing, bro?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, thanks. So what was Adam saying to you, and what did you say to him when you guys were hugging last night in that final moment?
I can't remember. I mean, it was nice things. I can't exactly remember. It was kind of all a blur what took place last night.
So as you get up this morning, and today, the first day you're not in the competition, what did that feel like, and what did you start to, I guess, think about? Because there's so many different highs and lows to this competition, being on it for so long.
To me, I just kind of let it happen as it has come. I've done the interviews that I did last night, and today, the first thing, the thing I started getting in my mind was how I want to start, working on my goals and my dreams with my foundation that I have and with the music, and just start planning from this point. It was a great experience, and like you said, there were so many different emotions that you experience on the show.
Yeah. But
now that it came to this point, it's, you don't sit there and just wallow in it like, oh, man, I wanted to do this or that. You just pick up from, for me, this has catapulted me closer to my dreams than anything else ever has. I feel like my dreams are all within reach. I just got to put my hand out there and just grab them.
Danny GOkey from Milwaukee. Last night when we were watching your Journey tape back, I was wondering how you were going to go and stand up there and sing a song, especially considering the impetus to you auditioning. You mentioned it, you talked about it, that your wife, who's no longer with us, wanted you to do this and pursue this. How emotional was it for you to watch that back?
Man, I thought, tears started coming down my eyes because immediately, on the exit package, they show a picture of her. And like that, I felt like my heart just sunk in my stomach. And but for some reason, I've been able to compose myself throughout the whole competition.
Yeah,
I've
always been surprised by that.
Yeah, you got to put a guard up when you're. I've had to put a guard up when I was on the show because so many people wanted to perceive me. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people wanted to perceive me as wanting to, gain sympathy votes, and so you have to put your guard up and you can't talk about it. You have to, at times come off strong when you don't feel strong. And I think I did pretty good. I was just one last time. I said, just get one last time without, crying. And I made it through my song, and after that, I let the tears just flow. And it was a relief because the thing is now I can talk openly about my situation, and no one can say that I want votes anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So now I get to share with people.
But you made a conscious effort to put that guard up due to the sympathy factor?
Absolutely, because, that's the one thing I'm like, come on. In my mind, I'm like, seriously, if I wanted to show people I could sing. And it was unfortunate that I walked through what I walked through. Believe me, Ryan, I would have tried out for American Idol next year if I could, but I'm too old. I mean, this is the only year.
I forget you. What are you, 28, 29 next year?
I'm 29 right now.
Oh, 29 now. Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, when I made up my decision to try out for American Idol last February, and I remember I talked to my wife about it. I could really never watch the show because I worked nights and I worked days. I was a truck driver during the day, and I worked at the church at night. And so finally I got DVR, and I recorded the show. My wife was a huge fan. I started watching it, and it got me hooked. And I was like, man, this is my last year I could do it. I might as well try out. And I talked to my wife. She was like, man, do it. She was a huge fan. And when she passed away, it was so unexpected. It was not supposed to happen. There was only a 10% chance of her to die in this surgery. And it just totally went wrong. It didn't go the way it was supposed to go, and it happened to be 4 weeks. She died July 9th, and it happened to be 4 weeks before the audition. It was the auditions that were close to me were August 8th, and I went back and forth in my mind so many times saying, should I do it? Should I not do it? She wanted me to do it, but I felt I was not ready. I was like, I want to do it next year, but I can't. So I just said, you know what? I feel hopeless right now. That would only give me hope, and I went for it, and look what happened.
Danny GOkey with us right now. Danny, are you haven't spent that much time at home. I mean, you've been out here for so many months. You've been a part of this machine for so long. Are you afraid of going back home because you'll be by yourself to a degree?
I have, have a wonderful church, and I have a lot of, friends and a lot of people I network with. I'm so on, I'm so ready to work on, my foundation. I founded a foundation in her name, Sophia's Heart Foundation, last year, and I can't wait because my entire goal was to mix my music with my foundation, and that's what I want to do. So it's like it's not over to me; it's just beginning, and that's where my focus is going to be. Because on the show, I didn't have, you have to focus on the show while you're there. Now I'm free from the show, and I get to implement what I want to implement.
I just think, I mean, your attitude, your spirit, your strength is amazing, because a lot of people would be angry.
Yeah, and I dealt with that, though. That's the thing. I dealt with it, and it's only been 10 months since she passed, and I still go through those feelings. The thing is that the one thing I've had to learn is you just got to guard your heart, though, because if you let those toxic emotions grab onto your heart, you'll see life in a very terrible way. Like if those things cling on to because your heart is like your real set of eyes, what I've learned. And if you see life in a bitter way, everything just won't add up. But if you just let those emotions go and you kind of guard them and don't let them sink in, you'll still see life for what it really is. It's supposed to be enjoyed.
Danny, if there's anything I can do with this foundation as you begin to build it, please reach out. Let me know. I'm happy to help you.
Absolutely, Ryan. I appreciate that.
Tomorrow, the finale. Next week. In my head, I got to go to the meetings for it tomorrow. Next week, because it's a 7-day week thing for us.
Oh, right.
Next week, the finale airs. What do you think will happen next week, Wednesday night, when we get to the final act of the show, Danny?
Man, I think it's going to be a great show. I really don't know what's going to happen. I have my, I guess it's just going to let it play out and see what happens.
And you'll be there?
Absolutely. I'm going to be there.
All right, buddy. Hey, have a great day. I know you got to get to work. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for calling.
All right, Ryan. Take care.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Danny GOkey.
She encouraged me to try out, and I'm so glad I did.
Oh, yes, sis.
This is something that's about to happen right here. And Sophia, this one is for you, baby.